All right, I guess we should be live on YouTube. So, good afternoon, good morning, one and all, whoever is watching this live stream. I usually try to do Q&A every week. I try to at least do every week, every Saturday, EDT time zone. Yeah, this is usually about 30-35 minutes conversation where we just kind of discuss about different technologies. If you have any questions or if you want to discuss about a particular topic, I'm happy to do that. So yeah, let's get started. So I'll wait for you guys to join here, and if you have any sort of questions, yeah, please feel free to post your questions on the comment section. And I'm just gonna check the audio, and after that we should be good to go. I think we should be fine with the audio, hopefully. Mic test. Yeah, the audio is fine. All right. So yeah, any questions that you have or anything you would like to discuss, I'm more than happy to talk about that here. Some of the upcoming updates on this channel. Expect some tutorials now on algorithm trading. So for example, how do we generate a buy or sell signal? How do we write these algorithms in Python, right? So essentially, I'll be walking you over some of the very basic algorithms. For example, MACD algorithm. We'll try to code that in Python using classes, inheritance, and once we do program, we'll see how we can generate these buy and sell signal. But that's pretty much it. It should be fun. So expect some tutorials on that. So yeah. And meanwhile, if you have any sort of questions, please post your questions in the comments, and we'll take it from there. And what we could also do, meanwhile, is I could open YouTube and try to answer a couple of comments. Let me see if I can bring up my. I'll try to read some of the comments. If you guys do not have any questions, then in that situation, I'll essentially go over my YouTube comments and just read a couple of comments and try to answer them. But if you have any questions, as I said, I'm happy to talk or discuss more about that topic. So yeah. Seems like my phone is not connecting to the computer for some reason, but let me make sure I'm not on the VPN, because if I'm on the VPN, then it won't connect. We have Harish Kumar. Hi Harish Kumar, how are you doing, ma'am? Explain bash operator in Apache Beam. You mean Apache Airflow? Is that what you mean? Bash operator essentially, as the name suggests, is used to execute shell commands or bash command. For example, Python 3 name of the file.py, that's a bash command, right? ls, sudo, these are all the bash commands. So essentially, it's used to execute those bash commands. Not sure my phone is not connecting to my computer, but it's fine. But if you have questions, yeah, dump your question in the comments and we'll try to answer. Urvindu is here. Hi man, how are you doing? Hi Code with Drew, how are you doing, man? Good to see you. He's usually always there on my live feed. Code with Drew, yeah. Surya is here. He says, bro, wanted to create a SaaS using AWS Transcribe, which takes in, let me just close this one, okay, which takes in a video or audio and translates it in real time. Well, yeah, it's a good idea. You can try out AWS Transcribe, and I do not think real time, but I think the idea would be you would dump your videos once it's done on the S3. From S3, you'll fire up a Lambda, or and the Lambda would transcribe, or you can submit a batch job. So essentially, that's how I think it would be working, Surya. So hopefully, I am able to answer your question. Himanshu is here. Hi Himanshu, how are you doing, man? Can you explain for convolution or for two dense structure? Can you explain for convolution plus two dense layer structure? Oh yeah, of course. So essentially, if I get this thing right, do you want to learn about neural nets essentially? How convolution layer works? I mean, I I I, I had notes because I took machine learning in my master's classes. So if that's something what you want, I can create some tutorials because it's totally math based because you have to write all the equation, the derivatives, and then you um, convolution neural network. Yeah, of course. I think I also have some very nice notes. Also, if I can connect my this stupid phone, and I would like to show you. Unfortunately, my phone is not connecting for some reason, and I don't know why. But yeah, I'll share some nice material. Yeah, so when I was doing my masters, one of the professor whose name is Dr. Asif Mahmood, one of the best professor for machine learning. He's a brilliant professor, I would say. So he taught all these in so much detail and amazing. I mean, he basically wrote the entire equation on the board essentially in convolution neural net. But yeah, I'll try to post some of my notes on the YouTube post shortly. So yeah. But I would say nobody usually now creates these neural nets from scratch. They try to use libraries, for example, TensorFlow, PyTorch, and stuff like that. So, um, are you looking for the convolution from scratch? I mean, without any libraries? Because my professor taught me how to create that from scratch without any libraries. So, is that what you're looking for? Please say yes or no so I have an idea. Um, yeah, I got your mail ID, but if you could tell me what exactly you're looking for in convolution, because if you're looking for TensorFlow based, then I don't have the material. If you're looking for neural nets from scratch, well, I have it then. I have used PyTorch for federate for federated parts, but confused in the dense layer. Yeah, I'll try to make some videos if possible on that. Don't worry. Mr. Vijay Kumar is here and says, "Hi there. Any possibilities to make Android app to automate Android? Wait, what do you mean? Android app to automate Android app? Is it possible? How? Thanks in advance from Odisha." Well, I did not quite understand what exactly do you want to automate? Make an Android app to automate Android app. But what do you want to automate in the Android app? Surya is here and says CNN from scratch is not a great idea for jobs, but only good if you're doing this. Absolutely right. You're right, Surya. It's only good if you're doing a research because essentially when I was in my master's, I was planning to do research. So I was doing this entire. Let me actually show if I can bring that note. Let me see if I can get that. Alrighty. Alright, I'm not sure if you guys can see, but this is my entire machine learning notes, the one that I did in masters. Essentially, I'll just show you I'll just show you because my professor essentially taught all this thing from scratch. Where is the CNN? There you go, I found it. I'm just gonna show you on a high level. I mean, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick up or not, but essentially, it's crazy, right? I'm saying. So essentially, this is the entire neural net from scratch with all the equations. So this is without any library, PyTorch, or it's not gonna be visible, but whatever. I mean, I have it. I have all these notes that I made during my masters. And I'll share them with you if you want to do research and learn things from scratch. Well, I have it, the book. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Any more questions we have? Share TensorFlow also would be great. Well, I don't have TensorFlow, but I have a neural net from scratch. If that's something what you're looking for. Use browse Sir Stack for Android apps, virtual testing, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I'm not much of an Android developer, but I think you could take advice from Surya. So yeah, I mean, I did a lot of machine learning during my masters. I mean, they taught everything from scratch, all the neural net. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, but it was hard as well. It was not easy. So no problem, man. Anytime, man. I'm always here to help people. I'll try to. I'm not sure because I also want to share these lectures from professors. So what I'll do, I'll actually upload these on my personal drive. My professor. So these are like high quality lectures, right? So I have all those professor lectures on my what do you call that hard disk. But what I'll try to do is, if you really wanna go that deep inside that, send me an email, Himanshu. I'll upload all those videos on my personal drive and I'll share you that private link. So that way you could learn from the best and best. So my professor, trust me, he has a lot of publications. He's pretty good in machine learning. His name is Dr. Asif Mahmood. You can type his name on Google Scholar and you'll pretty much find it. But if you wanna watch lecture, master's level research lectures, well, I have it in my drive. So you can send me an email and but it would take time because each video is about 1 GB to 2 GB and there are like 15 lectures. So hopefully it will take a couple of days to upload and then I can share that private link to you and you can watch all those videos and learn from the best. So let me know. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. Let's see the comments. Basically doing research at IIT BHU. Wow, wow, you're doing your research at IIT. That's amazing. Well, I think then if in that case, you should definitely watch the videos or lectures that I have from my university on machine learning. As I said, it's amazing for anyone who wants to do in research, not for company, but for research. One of the best videos. So Vijay Kumar is here. Like, what does happy? I'm not sure I understand, but Himanshu says, sure, please share your mail ID. Okay, let me put my email ID. Drop me an email and remind me because I usually get busy and then I forget it. So I'll try to put all the videos on the drive in the night, and once it's done, I'll share the links with you. I will send you. Okay. Then we have Harish here says WTX. Not sure what the conversation is, but all right. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. I think I can show you something at least. Let me see the display capture. All right. So essentially, I don't know if the camera is gonna open up, but if you, damn it. So if you see the professors, this is for Himanshu, right? So essentially, this is a wait, am I on the right side? Yeah. So essentially, yeah. So you have these. I even forgot. I mean, there were so many equations that I did. Then you have the summation block. You have a bias here. Then once that is done, then you have an activation function. Then again you have this. I forgot what was this, mask or something. And then he basically derived all these mathematical equations, I guess. I forgot, man. I'll just share all the material. So these are all the equations for that. But the way our professors taught us in the university was essentially, he essentially went from scratch in neural net. He didn't go. So these are my personal notes, by the way. So first we essentially went in the math equation for the single neuron. Once we understood that, we derived all the equation. Then we went to two neurons. Then one layer architecture, adding more neuron, deriving those equations, math equations. Then this, then even getting more than that. And then slowly, then we went more and more in detail. So yeah, I think it should provide you a good resource for learning machine learning from scratch. But as I said, that's too much of theory based. Like even the activation function, my professor actually derived the math equation for the activation function. As I said, it's too much of research work based. If you really want to get that deep, let me know, man. I mean, I'm happy to share that stuff. So, alrighty. All right. Any more questions you have? Anything you want to know? Happy to explain, talk, or have a debate with you guys. But yeah, go for it if you have any more questions. Yeah, unfortunately, I've been getting a lot of messages on LinkedIn and emails with error messages, which I'm not going to reply. I'm not a compiler who would essentially tell you what's wrong in your error messages, right? Go to Stack Overflow and find it there. If you have a problem essentially with your project or if you need guidance, that's where I can help you, not with your error messages. So, yeah. Right, if you guys have any more questions, let me know your questions. If not, then we'll wrap up today's session pretty soon. All right, it seems like we do not have any more questions, so I would end the session right here today. And thank you so much for joining in today. You guys have a great rest of your weekends, I would say. All right, and expect some tutorials on algorithm trading, essentially with Python, and it's gonna be a nice a way to brush up your Python skill as well. So we'll be writing classes, we'll be using pandas, NumPy, and stuff like that. So once again, with that being said, thank you very much for coming and joining in today. If you have any more questions, um, if I did not answer your questions, write me an email. And until then, keep smiling, keep learning, stay safe, and see you guys in the upcoming next